Hello everyone, today we're going to look at our immune system and how it works. Let's go! Our immune system, the members of our immune system. First, a quick detour on antibodies. Antibodies, they are proteins that can grab onto the pathogen. They can either completely surround the pathogen, stopping it from attacking our cells, or grab some pathogens and form clumps of these pathogens. The macrophages get called there by the antibodies and they gobble up the clumps. Neutrophils, they are the first line of warriors. They devour a pathogen and then they self-destruct. In other words, they take the pathogen inside them, then they kill themselves along with the pathogen it has ingested. They are the most common white blood cell. And you have probably seen pus, which is nothing but the dead bodies of these sacrificers. Macrophage. Macro means big and phage means eater, so it means big eater. Macrophages are big white blood cells that eat invaders, which are germs, and break them down using acids and enzymes which are present in it. Dendritic cells. They are the white blood cells which are the brains of this entire immune response. They dock with macrophages or B cells and will identify whether it's a bacterial or viral infection. They don't fight either, but they help call the B cells. B cells. They are factories of antibodies that neutralize pathogens. This white blood cell is like a spheroid with antibodies all around its surface. It can produce 2000 antibodies per second for 4 to 5 days. They can multiply into memory cells and effector B cells. All B cells are unique other than the ones which came from the multiplication of B cells during a pathogen attack. T-cells. They are white blood cells which come from the bone marrow or mature in the thymus, which stands for the T in T-cells. The thymus is located above the heart. They protect this in 5 different forms: helper T-cell, memory T-cell, regulatory T-cell, and natural killer cells, as well as cytotoxic T-cells. Helper T-cells. As its name suggests, it helps cytotoxic T-cells and some other B cells to activate and fight by releasing cytokines, which are chemical messenger proteins. It raises an alarm by releasing cytokines, which lets the other T cells and B cells know that there is a problem. It doesn't do the fighting, but it can call the shots. Cytokines activate and train B cells and other T cells, including helper Ts. Regulatory T-cells, also known as suppressor T-cells. They release special inhibiting cytokines which tell the effector cells to stand down and stop fighting as the threat has been handled. If not for them, the body will be releasing too many antibodies and cytotoxic Ts which can damage its own tissues. Thus, they are super important. Natural killer cells, also known as NK cells. They float in the blood and lymph searching for sick or cancerous cells. When the NK cells see a defective cell, they cause apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. This is why the cells are special. They can kill your own cells if they are defective. How does it know that a cell is defective? A good healthy cell produces a protein called MHC1. But if it has been infected, then it stops making that protein. They can also kill bacteria by triggering apoptosis too. Cytotoxic T-cells. They kill cells that have gone rogue. They trigger apoptosis similar to the NK cells, and they can also release granzymes, which are enzymes which cause perforins, which are just basically big holes to form in the cell membrane, and thus the cell dies. Note, as you might have noticed, the NK cells and cytotoxic T-cells do pretty much the same thing. Then what's the difference? Well, the cytotoxic T-cells require the cell to raise a surrender flag showing that it needs to be killed, while NK cells do not rely on the cell to raise a surrender flag, and if they notice that the MHC1 protein which is not being produced, it kills the cells without waiting for it to say, "Kill me." Basically, NK cells are innate responders and cytotoxic T cells are not. Memory cells. As their name suggests too, they have good memory and can remember how to fight a certain type of pathogen that it has encountered before. That's how your body becomes immune to a virus if you have already gotten it before in the past or if you have been vaccinated. The body remembers that it has fought the pathogen before and thus it defeats the pathogen quicker the next time it comes. It doesn't fight, but it does duplicate into many more memory cells and helper T cells, which help in activating the B cells, which do the fighting. Thanks for watching. Bye.